How do I know?
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8 o'clock a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Friday, the 30th of June. And we have great guests for you guys today. But before we get into that, wow, the year has gone by so fast. It's going to be July already. This morning, I'm looking at the calendar. We talked about the calendar and all that wacky stuff before the mics came on, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, holy cow, we're already through, halfway through the year. Wow. It went fast. It's very humid outside too, ladies and gentlemen, so please be prepared for that. But we have great guests today. We're going to learn a whole lot today. For you North Aurora and Aurora folks, you're going to hear, you guys might know these great people. If you ever heard of Garage 31. They are our guests today in studio. Have John and Gail here. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Phenomenal.
All right. We're feeling good. We're looking good. Glad that we met up today. We had to change locations this morning on the fly and everything. So this morning, it was all kinds of gremlins. You guys know gremlins, right?
Yes.
In the studio. Some of the young folks don't know what that means. Curtis, what does that mean? Gremlins are these little things that just make everything that used to go good mess up only for one day. Something strange. Phone needed to charge up. I'm glad to see you guys. So before we start talking about Garage 31 and everything, how are you folks feeling today, and how was the week for you? How are you entering this weekend?
Gail, you want to start it off?
Yeah, it's so far so good. We can't wait to the weekend. We have a lot of guests coming in for family, and we're looking forward to having a great time.
Okay, yep. 4th is coming up this weekend.
Yeah, exciting time. It's the 4th, especially so much activities going on in the Aurora area. And
yes.
We're just totally excited about it ourselves.
Yeah, the city has been doing a lot better. A lot of stuff going on and taking place. The folks are coming out. crowds are getting real big all the time. So
it's so big that we're bringing all our relatives in from all over the country.
Okay.
This weekend to see this stuff. So,
All right. Where are the relatives coming from?
from Florida, and
Okay.
Seattle, and Georgia.
Okay. Seattle's a beautiful place. I've been to Seattle.
It is, isn't it?
That whole Pacific Northwest up there.
Not as beautiful as Aurora, but it is up there.
Very true. You're right. This is Good Morning Aurora, not Seattle, Curtis. So let's talk about Garage 31. Okay, it's located in North Aurora. What's its history and what's its inception? How did Garage 31 come about?
Well,
And nice shirts, you guys, by the way. John's in black, Gail's in pink. You'll see when the camera comes on, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice gear.
well, it all started off probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Or before that, back in 2008, when the stock market took a dive, so did my money. Went down with it, down.
Yep.
So when I started saving again, I said, why put it in the market? Why put it with a family? And that's where I wanted to put it. So we got both my son-in-laws, who both are mechanics,
All right.
together with my daughters and that. And we had a discussion as a family, and we decided to look for a place and start a business. And it took us about 3 years to find this building in North Aurora. And with all the naysayers and that, we made it. Just with the help of the community. That's a big thing, the community of Aurora and the SBA and
Small Business Administration.
Wabanzi
Yep.
College, Harriet Parker, part of it.
Harriet Parker, great
Right.
person. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just in the Fifth Third Bank and that, just for totally helpful to us and helped us build it. So anybody can do the business if they want to. They just have to push forward.
Absolutely.
Anybody can do it.
Absolutely. The challenges are going to come, definitely, but the perseverance has got to be there. So, and you mentioned Harriet Parker, Rotarian. She's a fantastic lady. She is a great person, and she is the type of person who Good Morning Aurora has really been able to benefit from, too. She's been a big help with us in many different ways. She's an awesome person. So you see that? We got more friends than we knew,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. But she's helped us. All the family went to Wabanzi College to take a course on business before we started this whole thing. And then Beth, one of my daughters and myself, we took some marketing stuff. I'd been doing marketing stuff my whole life, but
Okay.
she did that with us, and it just helped the business. So there's always somebody there. There's always an avenue to go down. There's always people to help you. You can't do it alone.
Right.
You need the village, the city of Aurora.
Right. What's been the biggest challenge in that time, though, in these last 10 years?
Well, we've had to learn as we went along.
Okay.
Of course, I know.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, we're still learning
Mm-hmm.
every year, and we're going into our 7th year. But we've been a lot of challenges, and
Right.
you don't know until you're doing it.
Right, exactly. And let's talk about the team. How large of a staff and team do you guys have?
We have, let's see, my family alone, there's probably 7 to 8 of us. There's 5 mechanics. Clint is a service writer. We have Jeff is a great service writer, plus Ryan, Kenny, Carlos. Those are all mechanics that work with us.
And Keith,
Also, I was going to say that as my list.
he's our son-in-law. Don't miss Keith.
Don't forget anybody. That's what they tell you, right?
And both our daughters work there as well, not as mechanics.
Right.
And then our Martha, Clint's mother, works with us also once a week in that. And
Okay.
so it's all family and friends.
Now, is this the first time that you've all worked together as a family, first family joint
Yes.
venture? Okay. All right. Now let's do that dynamic. You've been professionals in your own lives, not working with family though. What's this like and this experience like? It's been going 7 years later. We're still together, so I guess it's going good, right?
Yeah, it's going good.
Okay.
I mean, the best part is, working with, being with family. And the worst part is working with family.
Right.
So,
Because I'm sure that there's probably times where, the decision has to get made without like the thought process behind it too much.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right. And I always make the decision myself, and then they tell me which way we're going to go.
Okay.
So it's
I love
everybody
it.
has a say.
right.
Right.
Everybody has a say.
The time is 8:06 a.m. Now, where are you guys located?
102 South Lincoln Way.
102 South Lincoln
Right
Way.
off 31, right on 31 in North Aurora, right? So if you go over the bridge and head where A&W Root Beer is and that, we're right across the street pretty much.
Okay. Oh, wow.
on
Yeah.
31 at John Street.
Okay. Got to check that out. Next time you're driving down 31, ladies and gentlemen, or up 31, actually, take a look right across the street from A&W.
Big sign out there, Garage 31, and we have usually a unique saying on the sign itself to the public. So
Okay. All right. Very cool. So for the for this type of industry, and you guys are our very first automotive folks who've come on to the show. Okay. I've wanted to know, when it comes to parts and labor and things like that, and the staff, and when it comes to fixing, which is the more strenuous, I think? Which of the two? Is it the sourcing of the parts, the labor involved in it, or is it a combination of the things?
I think it's sourcing the parts primarily right now because the economy, the way it is, some parts takes days and days to get a hold of.
Okay, and it used to not be like that, right?
Right, it used to not be like that. They were readily available, but now we normally go through like Advance Auto locally and all the dealers around us, but sometimes it's 4 or 5 days on certain cars. So
Wow. And is there any prospect of that getting better? And is that,
I think down the road, but I think
Okay.
the industry is changing dramatically, going more to electric cars and that down
Right.
the road and that. But I think the gas will stay in for several years because people can't afford to go the opposite way.
Right. These are the questions that I've been thinking about for a very long time because I'm old enough to remember when, carburetors, remember those?
Correct.
Every car had one of those, and then the shift to fuel injection and things like that. And I've remembered like hearing some of my uncles and some of the older men, I grew up around talking about that switch and how, and what they had to learn and everything. Now we're in the era of electric vehicles and that kind of stuff.
Hybrids and everything else.
Hybrids
right.
and everything too. But based on the area that we're at and the fact that you just mentioned everybody can't afford one of those, we're still, are you seeing many electric vehicles and hybrids and stuff like that?
Not
No.
that much at all.
Okay. All right. And is it more time consuming and expensive dealing with those cars for you guys?
I wouldn't think so. There's less parts on an all-electric car. Bigger parts. It's more
Right.
combinations, more expensive. But we handle all makes from Mercedes, Saabs.
Every make and model,
Right.
Every make and
So
model.
it depends on
foreign
the
and
car.
domestic.
Right. It depends on the car and that.
Okay.
On the cost and the deal. I think what most people are looking for around is honesty from a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
They have questions about their car, they can bring it in, and we can look. The guys will look at it and give an answer, a fair answer on it.
Right.
If something doesn't need to be fixed, they're not going to fix it. They'll tell you.
Right.
And safety is paramount in our business on the vehicle. We'll tell you straight out if the car's good,
Right.
if you can afford it or not. If it's just not safe, we're going to tell you not to drive it. I mean,
that's something that, you guys really do need to be credited on, because I think that unfortunately most people have that perception, just the perception, the idea that, there's a little click on my left side, right? But if I go to the mechanic, they're going to try to get me into something else. And, did you check your brake line and that kind of thing. And you guys don't have that issue because you deal with folks squared away and straight up front.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. How did it get to that? Where did that perception come from? Is that something that's just part of the industry?
I don't know if it's part of the industry. It's part of Garage 31, though.
Okay.
Clint and Keith, both our sons-in-law, they're pretty good guys. They're very honest. If they find something on your car that doesn't need to be fixed, they're not going to fix it.
Right.
And and ultimately, it's up to the customer.
Right.
But I think they appreciate the honesty that they thought they might need new tires, and they come in. No, you got a lot more left on them.
Honesty is the best policy.
And the mechanics we brought in, every mechanic we brought in is the same way, same mentality. From Jeff, our service writer, to Kenny, Carlos, and Ryan is the same mentality, the same thing. Safety first on the vehicle and straight out what's going on.
Right.
We've had people come in and say, I need brakes done. You go in there, it really doesn't need to be done. It's squeaking for some other reason in that.
Right.
So we're pretty up forward about that.
Do most people know what's going on with a vehicle before they come to the mechanic? Or do you deal with novices completely who just, the first time the light comes on or the squeak, here they come, or do you deal with folks a lot of the times who have an idea and an inkling, but it's just beyond them to do it themselves?
Both types.
Okay.
I mean, I would consider myself, because I don't work on the cars personally, I'm more the financial end of it.
Right.
When the light comes on, something's wrong, I have no clue. I mean, if it makes a noise, before I could afford it, I used to turn up the radio. Nothing's going on, and then
Little Ariel Speedwagon will take care of that.
the light consisted. I would take black tape and cover the light for a while. You know what I mean? And then in front of the car would break down, so you had to get it fixed. So,
Yeah, now it won't start up. What do I do now,
that's
sir?
right. And there's a lot of people. The light goes on. You know, they have no clue what's going on, and we look at the code, then check it out, and find out what's going to make it safe for them. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, like I said, you guys are the very first automotive folks to ever come onto our show ever, and this is very cool. Personally, I learned a lot with my very first car. My very first car was okay in my eyes, but it definitely qualified as a beater.
what type of car was it?
It was a Oldsmobile Cutlass, 1986. It was a good car. It was a good vehicle. It was just at that time a little bit out of my league financially, young kid to really pay for it, keep it up, but it was a good, strong vehicle, and it lasted me for quite some time. Then my second car was even more of a beater. It was a Chevy Celebrity. And remember those?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
There was nothing celebratory about it by the time I got it. But between both of those cars, I learned a lot about fixing vehicles and what to do and what you could do for a little bit less money than going and sourcing it yourself, kind of thing. What was your first car, John?
My first car was a 69 Cadillac convertible. I love that car. And,
Cadillac convertible?
Right.
Okay.
And it was a tank.
Big.
It was
Okay.
it was a tank, and I couldn't afford the power steering was broken. I couldn't afford it, so it turned a little tough. I think I paid $100 for the car, and I had it for like a year and a half and sold it for $100.
Really? Oh, wow.
But I realized the motor mounts were never mounted on the car, so the engine would lift a little bit when I gave it a little gas.
Wow.
But those were those years. Those were back. That's where back when gas was 50 cents.
Really?
50 cents a gallon.
Holy cow. Holy cow. Gail, what was your first vehicle?
Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay. All right. An iconic vehicle, a classic.
Yes.
A very much a classic car.
Yes.
You learned
Little did I know then that maintenance was key, but I was a kid, so.
Right. Right.
But I had it for a few years.
It was tough parking in that car.
In the Beetle or the Cadillac? In the Beetle? Oh, you could do any kind of parking after you driving that Cadillac, I
Right.
bet, right? You can park the world. Yeah, the Cutlass was the exact same way. It was a boat of a car, and getting in and out was, after a while you learn it. Time's 8:15. Good morning, everybody. Scott Hayes is here. Aisha Saxon's here. Viso Arts, Beth White, and Jeff Corello is here. Good morning to you guys. If you've got any interesting automotive questions, you could definitely present them in our chat. We'd love to hear what you guys think. All right. A family-owned business, and you guys recently won the Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce's Business Excellence Award. What was the class?
The class was, I'm not sure what the class
It was
Right.
large business.
It
Was it
was
not?
Small
no, it was
business.
small business.
Small business.
It was a small business class.
Okay. How did it feel to win?
We were totally surprised and
Okay.
honored. I mean, to have the people vote us in like that. I mean, Aurora community has done so much for us, helping us out to build it. I mean, we were nothing, and today we had we do more than 200 something customers a month in business here. So we got a lot of support from the community, and that's what you have to have your business run right.
Right. Right. Yeah. People gotta know where you're at. They gotta support you too, and you gotta be worth supporting. And you guys definitely are. Now, the North Aurora location. Are there any plans to get new locations or expand or anything like that?
I'd love to.
Okay.
I'd love to. Just a little tough times with the economy and that getting this thing rolling. So,
Right.
but hopefully down the road they will get it going because Gail and I will be moving on to greener pastures. So
Boating in the Florida Keys. Is that what's in the future?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the business is self-sustaining and doing its own thing. That's the goal, though. That is the plan.
that's the goal.
That is the goal.
And give it back to community. That's what one of our main goals was the whole time, to build a business and give back to community through parades, festivals, charities and that type of thing. So,
Oh, you guys do that stuff too at your North Aurora location?
yes, we do. God, it's quite a few things, Gail. The Christmas, we give the Christmas family, is it what's called, right?
We do that in St. Charles, yes.
Right.
Oh, Christmas for families?
But we do a lot of volunteering, like for starving children,
Okay.
with our grandchildren involved with that as well.
Very cool.
We do the BAP Festival in Batavia. We do, North Aurora Days, obviously, in North Aurora.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric Light Parade in St. Charles, Christmas. We do that also every year.
Okay. All right. Sponsoring events and giving back to the community. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. That's why the folks love Garage 31. Now, as I mentioned, got a couple of those local pieces of news delivered to these great people and tell them what's happening. So we're going to go to a small commercial. Jeff says, "Hey, John and Gail, can you tell us more about your family and how it is to have them as business partners?" Yes, Jeff, we will definitely do that. Hold on, Jeff. Let me tell Jeff, give me the 4th of July moment, man. Give me just a second. We're going to get back to that because before the cameras and the mics came on, John made and we're walking down the hallway and John says, as Gail says, yeah, working with family, it's something. So we're going to definitely talk and learn more about that. Thank you, Jeff. So Tuesday is the 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen, and the city of Aurora has a fantastic parade going on. Our Grand Marshal this year is going to be WGN meteorologist Mr. Paul Conrad. And I've actually got the flyer. I'm going to put the flyer up on the screen for you guys to see. Look at that. Look at Mr. Conrad. Look at all handsome. 8:45 a.m. is going to be the meet and greet at the Art and History Center, 20 East Downer Place. That's right here in downtown, right across from the Grand Army of the Republic Memorial Hall for veterans. 9:30 a.m. is the pre-parade ceremony, and that's going to be at the main stage, also in front of 20 East Downer Place. And the parade kicks off at 10 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. So please be prepared. Please be ready. Come on out and support. Downtown Aurora is going to be looking really good. And I, myself, Joseph Weber, Tracy Duran, and Gabriel Bradford are going to be putting up the American flags around the city tomorrow morning. So get ready.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. We do it. That's a thing we've been doing for the past 2 years now. Yep. Joseph Weber's a young guy, took it upon himself to just decorate the city. He got flags donated, and we just go up and down and put them on the flower pots.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. And then next, ladies and gentlemen, or the day before, Monday, July 3rd, is going to be the fireworks. That starts at 9:15 p.m. River Edge Park is going to be a watch place, and McCullough Park, 150 West Illinois Avenue. Take a shuttle to and from the parks. Food truck hub is going to be at Wilder Park. That's the down end behind Aurora Pancake House. And both parks open up at 6 o'clock p.m. So come on out there and have a good time and watch what's going on. You guys are going to be at home, right? Having fun with the family and doing the fireworks?
Actually, we will be on the 3rd. North Aurora has their fireworks on the 3rd as well.
Oh, okay.
So we usually go down to Garage 31. We close late afternoon, and we invite anybody to join us for we give out free water, hot dogs, hamburgers. We set up in the parking lot with our chairs, and we just have a great time.
That's the purpose of that's what it's all about. If we had if you could see fireworks from here in a good fashion, really, and not just the little scatter, I'd be doing the same. We'd be doing the same thing. Come on, folks, do right. Little news. Sit out here with the cheer. Exactly. You're supposed to be doing. That's what God made it for.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Give back and have folks come out and
it's
have
fun.
a good time.
People who are making their way down to the park sometimes don't make it there and stop and pull into our parking lot, set up their chairs, and watch the fireworks from there.
Yeah, if you got hamburgers and bottles of water out there too.
We play games, music's playing. We have a great time.
Nice. All right, time is 8:21 a.m. Our guests today are Garage 31, and they are here in the studio with us. Now, Beth says Garage 31 is doing stuff on the 3rd. Is that still going on this year? Yes, absolutely it is. Now, let's get to Jeff Corello's question. Telling about the family and how it is to have them as business partners. Let's dig into it. What's the hair raising days? What are just some of the things? Because I couldn't imagine working with my mom.
Well, everybody has an opinion.
This is
You know,
true.
so
this is true, Gail. Well
it's-
said.
However,
Everybody's
certain opinions count more than others.
Okay. All right. I'm loving this episode, by the way.
well, it's tough to get 6 people to agree on one thing.
Yes.
So we usually have to go by majority or John.
Right. It's tougher to get 6 people to agree with me. That's probably it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Now, when you do try to get that consensus, how do you get consensus though? Right. When the tough part's here. Okay.
We majority votes. We vote in majority rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have stock, so all the family members have stock in the company. So shares, right? So whoever you add your shares up, and it is over 50%.
Very democratic way to do things.
Right.
All
I've been
right.
trying to get over 50% myself in stock. So
Now, is this in regards to like products and services that these agreements or is it are we doing this because we have an idea to take the business and do this with it? Is this like, are you guys having this because of marketing ideas, or is it because we're not doing a service yet? Hey, do you guys want to do this service now? Let's take a vote.
we have quarterly meetings.
Okay.
Every quarter, and we go over everything from who we're giving money to, or what we're doing with our money,
Right.
To all the expenses, the finances, where can we improve? Constantly looking at the figures on the company.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. Are you guys hiring?
We just hired someone. It was a long process, though. We looked for months to hire a new employee, and we finally did find one.
What took so long? Why did it take so long?
We don't know.
Well,
Is it because good people are hard to find?
Yes.
no, I think
No,
we're
we
all
already
out there.
have some really good people, but we don't know. We ended up putting a sign out in front, and that's how we finally got some.
In the automotive business right now, it's tough to get a hold of people. It went down the amount of people that were going to school to get a degree in the automotive business.
Mm-hmm.
But I've talked to other garages around, and we belong to TechNet, which is we just had a TechNet meeting a couple of weeks ago, which is done by Advance Auto.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of people that's been looking for a couple of years now for qualified mechanics in their area.
Right. Is that something that, and I'm going to, again, I'm just going to go on the benefit of my hindsight in my own life, not having ever been a mechanic, but working with men in the field who are uncles and stuff like that. Is that because the push has no longer been school, trades, to go into automotives? Is that why there's been more of a lag? Because there used to be commercials on TV. I mean, they used to, if you didn't pass the ASVAB test at an Army recruiter, he might even recommend you to a garage or something like, hey, have you considered ITT? Have you considered engineer, something like that? Is that because that push is no longer there, or what is it in your opinion?
I think that's a big part of it.
Okay.
I think the changing of the vehicles is going so fast, rapidly, that people are looking at other avenues to go, that you don't have to get your hands greasy.
Right.
So I think that's got a lot about it. I mean, but we work with TechNet, which is 15,000 nationwide garages, that if your car breaks down after you left us for some reason, you'd go to a TechNet and they would cover the warranty and that on it.
Okay. And TechNet, what is TechNet exactly?
TechNet is a nationwide service that 15,000 garages across the nation have. And when you purchase a product from us, I think it's $50 the minimum or something like that, you get a 24 month or 24,000 mile warranty on the car itself. So if it breaks down wherever you may be at, you call a tow truck and they would tow it. They would reimburse you up to $150 on that tow and the hotel room and fix the part in that for you. So it's
very nice, very beneficial.
It's naturally, and it's a great thing to have. I mean,
awesome. Where did the name Garage 31 come from? How did we come up with that name? And I'm loving that logo. So let's do the name and the logo. Where did we come up with the name, and who created the logo?
But the name was done by Clint
I think Clint came up with it. We threw a bunch of stuff at the wall. And
Bunch of
that's
names?
That's what stuck. I think Clint.
What other names were? What are some of the
my
other ones?
gosh.
Because artists will tell me like their band, and I'll ask like, what are the names that didn't make it? And those are always.
You know,
John's Garage didn't make it.
I bet. Yeah, that's a no from me.
Right. Or Johnny's Garage. All those didn't make it.
Yeah.
and then we figured it when we were on Route 31, which is also known as Lincoln Highway, and people take their car to a garage or a shop. The shop didn't work. The shop was already taken or something.
Shop 31.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound as good as
No.
Garage. Right, right, yeah.
So, and then I believe it was a friend of Clint's who came up with our logo. And he gave us a bunch of samples, and that's what we ended up choosing. So it's like on everything. We all wear the shirts,
Right.
the kids, the grandkids.
It does have the feel too as I look at it. It looks like a military rate too. Like I'm a Navy guy, so it looks kind of like the right. It looks kind of like the bosun rate. It looks it looks very similar to that, or like the radio men with their. It looks like that.
Yeah, that was designed in Batavia by I forgot who the guy did it for us, but it was part of the Chapel Street Church.
Oh, I know Chapel Street.
Right. Oh, Jennifer, our other daughter, she's the director of rural camps there. Rural children's
Really?
Camps, so they do a lot with that.
Do you guys know Beth Miller?
I don't, but
No, I don't.
Okay, well
sure,
she's part of.
sure
she's-
Jennifer does.
Yeah, she's part of Chapel Street. So the Neighbor Project is the company I work for, and they have come out for years now with their youth ministry team to do volunteer work with us on some of our homes for world relief families. Good people, good folks. This is a great episode. Time's 8:29 a.m. Good morning to you, Gloria Gerardo, Dora Sanchez Soto, all of you great people. Michael Rayford is here too. Good to see you guys as well. John, where were you born and raised, man?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Right. I was born and raised in Connecticut, and that's how actually I met Gail at 15.
Really?
She lived across the street.
Oh, how cool. Continue.
So we went out together through high school and into a couple of years in community college, and then we got married, and it's been a good time, a good ride.
Congratulations to you guys. Awesome. So that's the magic, right? That's why it works so well together. That's
And I traveled a lot in my career, so.
Okay. All right. What's the Connecticut story, and is there any semblance between the Connecticut story and the Aurora Midwest story here? Or are they two different things? I've never been.
It's the same. I think, we lived in 6 or 7 different areas,
Okay.
Ohio, Tennessee, New York, Connecticut, here, and people are all the same. The biggest thing is we all fear each other because we don't know.
Right.
And that's what causes all the problems in the world.
Right.
But we're all the same people, so you just got to get to know them. You just have to talk.
Yeah, no, that's well said, man. That is well said. It's very true. So I've learned a lot traveling and doing things, driving, car issues.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get you meeting people that you never knew about. I've been out of my element driving, and something happened, and come on over to my garage. You pull into the back here, and get you right and get you squared away. I think it's a good American story. It's a good American story of traveling the highways and needing that automotive help, and that being able to get you connected to people and folks like that. I've broken down a couple of times in a couple places from California to Arizona, and that's happened. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Oh, yeah. In New York.
We got stuck on the George Washington Bridge one year.
Really?
Exactly.
Really?
Died out. And just kind of rolled off into the Bronx. Thank God for that homeless guy.
Sounds like a heck of a movie, man.
Thank God for the homeless guy
It's horrible.
that threw some water in my car. I was trying to clean the windshield as we're drifting down. And he helped me push it across the street to a garage on a Sunday when most places weren't open on Sundays back then.
I remember.
And they let it cool down. It was overheating. And then we got a car, drove to Connecticut. As soon as I got to Connecticut, it overheated again.
Really?
But,
was that the Cadillac?
No, that was a Comet, wasn't it? Cavalier.
Chevy Cavalier.
Chevy Cavalier.
Yes, boy, I remember those. Man. That was the car that wouldn't die.
And then we had the Ford Pinto that would die. I mean,
the Pinto?
Right, the old Ford Pinto.
I don't think people have ever heard of. I've heard of that. I remember the Pinto. I remember the Ford Pinto.
That was my second car.
That was a good seller in America.
That
was a very popular American vehicle.
It wasn't that expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but like I had 3 days after I had it, I shut the door, the window smashed and just crinkled down, and it wouldn't start up and that, and just
wow. And there it went.
And there it went.
The Pinto beans got cooked.
Lesson learned.
Josue Pais says, we used to have a Pinto. Josue Pais is here. He's a dear friend of ours. He's originally from California. Has a Harry Beast dog parlor, dog grooming shop here in downtown, right around the way. He had a car show for his last year's anniversary. A lot of great cars out there. Interesting to know he's got a Pinto. He upgraded. He has now a 64 Chevy Impala.
Oh, wow.
All the bells and whistles. So he's definitely not riding Pinto anymore. Good job, Josue. So let's talk about some of the products and services. What do you guys offer at Garage 31? I need, I'm shopping around. I walk in, need an oil change.
We're right there. We do over 1,500 oil changes a year.
Wow. Okay.
In our facility, we do everything. We do tires, brakes, mufflers, anything you need with your car except for body work, we'll do it. And if we have customers that will come in, we're doing something with them and they need a windshield replaced, we'll have the windshield people come in to our facility and put the windshield on while we're working on the vehicle also.
Awesome.
So, and also if you're local and you need to drop your car off and you need a lift back to your house, we do that also.
Okay. All right. You also, you guys got a key drop going on too as well? Look
Yes.
on the Yep.
Most of our vehicles right now are drop off.
Okay.
People will drop it off the night before. We have a key box, just fill the form, drop in the thing. And then if you want to pick the car up after we're closed, you can pay online over the phone with us. And we'll put the key in a lock box, give you a code, and you can go back, pick up your key, and you're all set. You're on your way.
Did you ever have any dreams of owning a garage?
No.
No, never.
No, never. Okay. So you guys aren't like car enthusiasts who thought, hey, honey, down the line, let's open a nothing.
No.
Nothing. Gail, I love how you put. I love that.
No.
Yeah.
This could have been an ice cream shop.
Hopefully not with the. Are they making ice cream with screwdrivers, man?
Right. No, but when you have a family that
It's like, is that oil or chocolate syrup? I don't know.
it's ironic that both my daughters were married mechanics,
Okay.
and so we saw an opportunity for the family
To grow and
to grow
thrive
together,
with the, right.
And it worked out very well for us
Okay.
so far. Knock on wood.
Right.
And our daughters work there as well. Beth does a lot behind the scenes. She doesn't work on any cars, but she does a lot of the marketing. She'll even make shirts for the guys. She just does more than people would ever think.
Right.
I think she holds the business together.
That's
I
a
really
good thing.
do.
Yep. That's a good and part of a family unit that's very special.
Yes.
That really
She's
is.
great.
That's a very special thing. Yep. Beth, good morning to you. Beth is who called me when my phone was on 2% battery and got squared away. And man, she was like, my parents are outside of the thing. And I was like, okay. And that was where the gremlins started coming in, right? So the phone's here charging. I got to run outside. And I noticed your phone, or not your phone, excuse me, your shirt. I saw your shirt go into the building. And I was like, John and Gail are the names. I was like, that's got to be Gail. The only people out at this time of the morning are like the city workers, and they're wearing like gray. So, yeah.
Yeah. John's usually at the shop like at 5 a.m.
Okay. Why so early? What is it? Is
He
that what it
likes to
takes?
keep it. No, he just likes to go in there, check everything out, make sure everything's clean. We're ready for our customers. We have a very comfortable lobby. You can go in and relax, have coffee, water. We offer a few snacks. We have free Wi-Fi. You can watch TV. Very clean and comfortable. And he goes in there and makes sure that's all ready for all our customers.
You guys see that camera back there?
Right.
Sure.
See that camera? Could we ever bring that camera in and maybe do a little on-site?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Because I want to show folks that.
Yeah.
I want to show folks the blue collarism.
This isn't, I never liked going to a shop where you sat in a greasy chair with a bunch of junk around you, and we try to provide an atmosphere that is complete opposite of that. Because a lot of women don't want to go in there at all anyway.
Right.
But I think our lobby is fantastic. I think people are really surprised when they walk in and find out this is an automobile repair place, and you can sit and be comfortable and feel safe. And
recharge your phone and get on the internet. We have, of course, she said free coffee, water, snacks that are available free. So we have a playroom for the little kids in the back.
Yeah. You notice those things. No, it definitely makes a difference, and you do notice that. I've seen it so many places. You walk, I don't know if anybody still does this, chewing tobacco, right? The guy's got the cup here. He's telling you your price, and he's doing the whole thing, and it's like, wow.
No.
Yeah. I'm glad to know that you guys have a great squared away place like that, because as you mentioned, that's why a lot of people don't go. You know, a lot of women don't go and everything. They'll let the car issues persist.
I would say at least 50% of our customers are women.
Awesome.
Who feel very comfortable going there. And I think they also are more comfortable. Usually Beth, Jennifer, or I will give them rides, within a reasonable distance. Mm-hmm. And I think they're more comfortable with a woman doing it.
Right. Very cool.
And the equipment, I'd say our equipment, we update that equipment on a regular basis. We have some of the most updated diagnostic equipment and AC equipment available right now in the area. So we also have an alignment machine inside the line cars and that. So we've always put back into the business also with equipment.
Do you guys have any specials going? Let's give the folks something to really yak about. Do you guys got any specials happening or taking place?
We have a special on our oil changes. After, 5 oil changes? The next one's free.
Okay.
And you can combine whatever vehicles you have. So you have 2 or 3 cars, you can bring them in under the same ticket.
Okay.
And get it hit.
That's a help for folks. Now, what's going to be, or what do you guys see in the next 5 years for Garage 31? What's the future look like for us?
Well, I hope I'd like to see us expand to another location within the 15-mile radius of where customers are going. If there's any downfall to our business right now, it's the parking. It's tough. We get like 13 parking spaces where we're putting 20 cars into sometimes.
Right. Yeah, that's got to be tough. Yeah.
And there's no place to go. Route 31 is, I think, is a little dangerous road really to go down. And we have a lot of accidents on Route 31 that goes on down by North Aurora and that because of the way the roads, I think, were built. Hopefully they'll fix that.
Yeah, they need to be wider. They need to be a lot wider because it's Slim Jim going down there sometimes. And you got big trucks, folks are speeding, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I hope that does get changed.
Yes.
Beth White has a question. She says, do any of your grandchildren help out at Garage 31?
Absolutely, they do.
Okay, let's talk about the grandkids.
our oldest grandchild, Al, she works at the shop once in a while. Her sister, Ella, and TJ just started working there. All 3 have done answering the phones, making appointments, and they just started doing this in the last couple of years.
Okay, how old are they?
Well, the oldest is 18.
Okay.
Ella will be 16 in a couple days. TJ is 15.
Learning those skills, good.
So, as far as that goes. And then we have Tegan, who comes in once in a while. She's 13, going on 14. And then we have Kaylee, who is 11. Now, she's been coming there since she was 4. So she knows everything about everybody, right down to what they like for lunch.
Right.
Because we buy our employees lunch every day. And she'll tell us whether they like cheese or tomatoes. Oh, he likes this, he likes that.
Yeah, he said no mayo.
He said no mayo. She'll remember that. She helps clean the place. She knows where everything is, but she came more because she wasn't in school as much as the others. So all of them have been a great help.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Continuing that family tradition.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, do any of them want to be mechanics, perhaps, or just take a bigger role?
I don't know. I think they're going to take some type of role. I don't know if it's a mechanical role, but
There's a lot more in business than just the mechanics themselves. I mean, the marketing end of it, the accounting part of it is a big part of it, and you need all the tools together to make the business go forward. Without all the cogs, you're in trouble.
Right. Absolutely. All of the it takes the whole village in the business and outside of the business
Absolutely.
too. Yep.
And no one's smart enough to do the whole thing by themselves. So you have to know your weakness and have somebody take that weakness that's strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we have Apex that does our accounting, and we have Heather that helps us with the books and that, plus Beth and that.
Right. What are some of the practices that you guys? So I'm sure that with the exception of great customer service, you're probably not doing every single thing the exact same way that you guys were doing 7 years ago when you opened. So what's some of the things that you've learned as individuals in the business to not do anymore? Like, were there any things like, hey, perhaps this program wasn't great for us then, we don't do that anymore, or is this the old way things used to be? Let's do that. Were there any of those moments in the 7 years where you refined the business, you refined yourselves and your practices and your steps?
Absolutely. Safety, some things that happened that we found out had to be more safe on how we did the stuff. And then in the accounting part, unfortunately, our accountant got ill. Barry's a great guy. And we went to a different company, Apex, that fulfilled that need, got Heather to help us with the QuickBook part of it. We got out of part of QuickBook because payroll, and went to Gusto because it was a lot better. TechNet, some of the TechNet stuff is doing training in TechNet. We have for our employees that we went through.
Right.
So there's a lot of programs that as you're going along, your eyes widen out, I guess. Your vision, you see a lot more that we've really done through it. And really the family's jumped in. We are blessed, I think, Gail and I, with our family, because how well we work together, really.
Right. Absolutely. Gail, do you concur with that, or do you have a different opinion of that?
No, I agree. I agree. I mean, everybody has their moments,
right?
Including John.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe.
They're mostly good moments. Okay, so good morning to all of you guys, too. If you're just now tuning in, we are here with Gail and John of Garage 31. Grandchildren help out. Jose BK. He's going back to that story of, I think, the Bronx that you were talking about, coasting into the Bronx with a smoky car. You brought up something that made me smile. I don't know if people remember, and one of my dad's things that he would always get done before Sunday. Places used to be closed on Sunday. Used to be a time nothing was open.
And we are closed.
And I remember my dad hustling to get the car in, if something was going on with the car, because they're not open on Sundays. And that seems to have gone by the days and the ways, but you guys are closed on Sundays.
We're closed on Sunday, and on Saturday we're open until 1 o'clock on Saturdays.
Okay. What's your hours during the week?
Our hours are 8 until 5.
8 to 5.
30.
Okay.
8 to 5:30.
8 to 5:30. All right. So the time is 8:45 a.m. We're going to do one more quick commercial, you guys. Then we're going to come back, give you guys the last word, and talk some more about how folks can find you, the number. I'll put the website in the chat for folks, too. So just in case they want to get in touch with you. Hopefully your cars are ready to go and squared away. But if they're not squared away, go to Garage 31. They're on Route 31 in North Aurora. Please go in there and get that light checked out. I know some of you guys personally. I know that, right? Curtis, let's take a ride. Okay. Whole time I'm looking at your dash. It was there in January. Right. We were hanging out last week. It's still there.
No black tape on it.
No black tape. You guys know who you are. I love you all. APS Training Academy is here. Good morning to you. Todd Schlitz is here. Good morning, Todd. Jen Ingram, good morning. And her wonderful memories. Oh, Aisha Saxon and Josue are talking about growing up in the 80s. driving to Yosemite from the San Francisco Bay every summer. Wow. And Aisha Saxon says her aunt in Kankakee used to have a Pinto. Dang. Yeah, it was a popular American vehicle. All right. But anyway, we got more important things to talk about, you guys. So the next thing I want to tell you guys about are the summer camps from Mutual Ground. Those are going to be starting very soon. July 11th and the 13th, and it's up on the screen for you guys to see, are the next dates for the camps. After that, it's going to be August 8th through the 10th. The camps are from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Mutual Grounds located at 418 Oak Avenue here in Aurora, and the activities, as you can see, great things like martial arts, arts and crafts, outdoor games, story time, and exploring reptiles. Ooh, that sounds like fun. I've always been a reptile dude. I had geckos, turtles, snakes, and lizards my whole life.
We actually pulled out some squirrels this year out of people's cars. So
really?
Yes.
They get in there.
In the engine.
Alive.
How do they bring their food in there and nest? Is that what they're doing?
They eat the wires inside the vehicle because of the oil content on it and that. And one of them, we got into the garage, we had to flush the thing out, and the squirrel falls out. He's running around the garage.
Holy cow! Oh my
outside.
Goodness. Well, how do people protect from that?
Park in the garage.
Boom, boom, ting. Okay. So Kim Allen is your contact for registration. 630-320-3316 is your number there. And then the last piece of news that I got for you guys here is our friends of the Neighbor Project are hiring. You can join the team. They're looking for a community engagement coordinator through AmeriCorps. This is a Vista presentation and position. What is AmeriCorps? I'm glad you asked. AmeriCorps is the largest federal service organization in the country. So it's a big network. Folks can join it. I'm a member, and you go different places. You can do everything from cleaning up after a natural disaster to helping out as a community engagement coordinator for the Neighbor Project. The flyer is on the screen for you guys to see right here. There is a QR code as well, and you'll also notice the link to go apply. So please do that at your leisure and join the team. Help Aurora continue to be an awesome city. The time is 8:49 a.m. All right. So this weekend is coming up, 4th of July weekend. You guys are going to be with family, having a great day for North Aurora Day, or not North Aurora Days, but the fireworks are
correct on the 3rd.
On
Yes.
Monday on the 3rd. When are North Aurora Days?
I believe it's the first weekend in August, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I was always under the impression that was kind of an end of summer presentation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. At National Night Out, you guys have events going on for National Night Out. Are you guys a location to do things for National
No,
Night
we're
Out?
not a location for it, no.
Okay.
Usually our parking lot is full.
Right. Okay. All right. Absolutely. Let's talk about, you guys done anybody's, any famous people's vehicles? Any celebrities? No?
Not that I can think of.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I think Clint had somebody come in, but I can't recall who it was.
Yeah, he did. It was some rock and roll guy.
Really? But we don't know who. Can't be that famous, right?
Nope.
That's my joke. Oh, man. No, I wonder those things. Well, hopefully you guys will get somebody famous in the future. Hopefully, George Thorogood's van breaks down or something going somewhere. And
Of course, we feel that anybody comes into our shop is famous. So
well said. Yep, we're all special.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be in contact with you guys to bring that camera through, and
Absolutely.
if we could show something and see something too, we'll keep folks out of it. License plates, they don't want to be on it, but just to show that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, give us a call. Either Clint or Keith, Jeff, give them a call at 630-800-2661.
630-800-2661. That is the number. Okay. So the time is 8:51 a.m. Before we go here, I want to get from you guys a sense, because we give you guys the last word too. Greg, Potter, drummer for Buddy Rich Band. Jeff Corello.
Oh,
That's
that's
it.
it.
Jeff
That's what you have.
Thanks,
Corello. Dude, hit the claps for Jeff. Jeff, I don't know who you are, man, but
Jeff's our service
he's
writer.
the service writer?
Right.
Okay. Jeff, I'm going to come in there and see you, my brother. I'm going to do that. Well done, man. Well done.
That's pretty funny.
I do want to get from you guys a sense of this community thing one more time, because what you guys are doing is, I think, a big blessing. A lot of people become successful or things go right for them where the business starts taking off, and it's only the hours posted and that's it. You know, it's no more of the giving out. And when you do become successful, you have more resources and the ability to do things. You know, I grew up going to the church thing, and when the church was closed, the parking lot was for you to use if you needed it. They would open up their space. Different businesses I've been around. There's a guy named Ken. He's passed away many years ago, but I grew up in Harvey, Illinois, close to Indiana. And this is the guy my dad used to take his car to. But it was also the place that for a long time, many years, there was different barbecues and stuff, the Boys and Girls Club. He would open it up for people who needed things. He had a big trailer. He'd let the trailer be used for different stuff. So you're supposed to be doing things like that. So thank you guys for doing that, and thanks for giving back to the community. Is there any way that we, the listeners, you know, besides coming in and getting some services, how can we help you guys? How can the people continue to help Garage 31? What can we do for you to give back?
I think they're doing pretty much everything. I mean, Lindsay, I guess I would say one of the biggest sacrifices I think we made with Jennifer, our daughter Jennifer. She used to work with us, and she still does on Mondays, but she moved her time to Chapel Street Church, and now she's director of the Royal Camps with the children at. So she's working full time at that kind of stuff. So that's a major sacrifice community, but you know, help each other out, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if everybody looks out for each other.
Don't, volunteer your time at, Feed the Starving Children or the blood bank, whatever.
Right.
We work with North Aurora Mothers Club every Christmas and support a family. They don't know who we are. We just, you don't have to put your name behind everything. You can just do it out of the goodness of your heart.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Time is 8:54. The show ends on a positive note. What's the message today for the folks, besides that awesome message that you just delivered, too? That's doubly and effective.
I would say if you got a dream, go for it. Forget what everybody else is telling you. Just go for that dream if that's what you got. Because you'll be amazed how many people in the community are out there to help you out that you don't even know about.
Well said. Well said. Gail?
I agree with John. Go for it. You have to try.
Heck, if we did it.
You can do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Right. How impressive, too. It goes to show you the power of family. At the end, Gail said what John said.
Yeah.
You folks are awesome people. I'm glad to have met you.
Well,
I'm glad to have met you.
Thanks for having us, Curtis.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely. This show is for and will always be for the folks. You know what I mean? It's to help people get their business out there and spread it, because all the people in the chat and the people who watch the show, we consistently support each other. We go check out the restaurant, check out the place, go get a service, and we, trying to be the progenitor of the network, man. So, God bless you folks, and thanks for coming on the show today.
Come on down to Garage 31,
right,
Curtis.
Garage 30. I'll be there.
Garage 31.
I will be there.
When in doubt, check it out. Garage 31.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great episode. The time is 8:56 a.m. I want you guys to have a fantastic weekend. Please go on out and see some of the sights for 4th of July. And as always, take care of yourself and each other.